I've had hundreds of conversations with dispensary owners, and I'm going to share with you the top 5 secrets that I learned from them so then you could go ahead and dominate the competition too. Number 1, they reduce the time to execution. So how long do you take to make a decision? Do you take a day? Do you take a week? Do you take a month? Do you take a year? Obviously, depending on the size and complexity of the task, you're going to take longer to make the decision. Unfortunately, what I've seen with most dispensary owners is that they take way too long even for the smallest and simplest things. So for example, if you need to go ahead and adjust the copy on a website to something that you think might be better, instead of you taking the quick 30 minutes to go rewrite the content on the website and update it, it takes you 2 weeks to then make that decision. Instead of going in and changing the banner on the website or getting a graphic designer to change what your actual website looks like so your customers can be like, this is a new and refreshed website, it takes you another 2 weeks or a week to do it. And again, I understand you're a very, very busy business owner, but what you need to do is find time, whether it's devoting time to finding better staff or just freeing up priority tasks for yourself to figure out how do I reduce the time it takes you to execute on specific tasks. Because if you go ahead and every single decision you make takes an additional week to make a decision, after 4 decisions, you're just going to waste another 4 weeks or a full month in order to implement different things. So what you can do is then you can set aside time on tasks that you need to complete that you know that you always push off until later, and then do them immediately. When you then go ahead and use this strategy, you then move ahead so much faster than your competition, because what ends up happening is that you start working in sections of days or even sections in hours instead of sections of weeks. And over the course of time, over month 1, month 5, year 1, year 3, you're going to be so much more ahead of your competition that it's not even going to be funny. Number 2, they're not afraid to test and invest. So a lot of times what business owners try to do is they try to bat 100% of the time. And then you'll know that nothing in life is 100% guaranteed, but there's a scarcity mindset around spending money. And I'm not saying go spend all willy-nilly and go spend all of your money, but you do need to start testing, investing, innovating, figuring out what's the next best thing so that you can then capture more customers, retain better customers, and then dominate the rest of the marketplace. Investing and testing isn't about necessarily driving as many sales to your business. Over the long term, it definitely is. But what that actually looks like is you invest to uncover the truth. So what I mean by that is, does this banner work better on your website than another banner? So should you test and invest in different banners? Does this email marketing strategy work better than this marketing strategy? Does this SEO agency work better than you doing it yourself? Do you want to work with us as experts, or do you want to try and meddle about and try and work on the things yourself? So there's so many things that you need to continue working on, and by testing and investing, you slowly uncover the truth on what makes your business the best as possible. And again, you just have to be okay with missing a few times, and sure, you're going to spend some money, but you know that when you have a very good strategy, you're going to make that money back tenfold. 3. So along number 1 and along number 2 about the speed of implementation and execution, and then figuring out what to test to invest, the third one that complements this character trait and this skill is having a healthy mix of skepticism and then also having a healthy mix of optimism. So when you have too much skepticism, it takes you way too long to make the decision because you're not even sure if this is going to pan out and be properly done. But if you have too much optimism, you think everything is going to work, and then you're going to spend all of your money, and then your business is going to go bankrupt. So a classic example is that I work with a lot of clients that have had bad experiences with agencies. So then when they work with us, they're like, holy crap, Brandon, like you're running a world-class agency. This is really, really awesome, right? We get them amazing results, and then their sales exponentially increases from working with us, right? The problem is that because they got burned by their previous agency, they have so much skepticism, it takes them months to end up starting working with us. So instead of immediately starting with us, so then you can get the benefit of growing immediately, and then over the course of the 6 months of how long it took you to make that decision, they were so skeptical that we were going to screw them over like their last agency that they took too long. So that's a massive problem. But then again, on the flip side, if you are too optimistic, you don't do your due diligence to figure out what agencies you want to work with, you find the first one, they promise you the world, you don't do your research, you don't look at their case studies, and then you're like, well, I got completely screwed. And then you go to the skepticism side. So you want to make sure you have that healthy balance of both skepticism and both optimism. And that doesn't just come with like marketing agencies. It comes with different types of advertising channels, different types of email marketing strategies, even your POS system, your online e-commerce system. All of these different things need to play into that healthy balance of skepticism and optimism, because that will affect your time to execution and how you want to start testing and investing on the R&D side as well. Number 4, they have an obsession with product knowledge and customer satisfaction. I know everyone says this, but please listen to me if you don't do this already. I had a podcast episode with a dispensary owner, and because you can't take out the products out of the packaging and stuff like that due to a bunch of compliance reasons, what he did is that he bought all of the products from his store, brought them home, smoked them, took a video of himself on the phone, and then he gave reviews to the customers that were asking for the different reviews of the products. Mind blown. This was the founder of the company. He did an absolutely amazing job of capturing customers at scale, because if you do this once, will it make a difference? Maybe, maybe not. You do it twice, probably not. But you keep on doing it month in and month out. And if you're in the game, and if you're in this dispensary game and playing it for the long run, there's no disadvantage for you caring for your customers more. Not only that, you continue iterating and tweaking products and figuring out what is good and figuring out what is bad, because you're literally in the trenches. You're not sitting on top on this pedestal and just looking at your P&L sheet and being like, what's going on with my business? I'm losing sales, I'm making sales. No, you're looking at the lifeblood of your business, which is your product. If your products are good, your customers will be happy on the other side. The only way that you can really know if your products are good is if you're trying it yourself. Now, again, I'm not saying go smoke up a bunch of products, but you need to figure out a way that you're always tuned in into what the customers are saying. If they're really liking these brands, if they're really liking these strains, if they're really liking these specific products, you need to make sure that they're stocked properly and that they're always in your store, because if you're not going to stock it in your store, the competition definitely is. And then not only that, you'll get a feeling for what the price is. Is the value for the price really good? And then you could, on the flip side, make very, very good recommendations saying, hey, I'm a budget shopper. This is a strain that I'm looking for. What would you recommend? You can say, hey, I'm going to send you a video of this really awesome strain. And then what's going to happen is that you then have a proper physical example of then what they can go ahead and do. And then number 5, they understand the importance of digital marketing, caveat, with a learner's mindset. So a lot of times people are like, yes, digital marketing is very important. I'm going to post a couple posts on social media. I'm going to try and post something on Instagram. Oh crap, I got banned on Instagram. So I'm going to try Facebook. Then I'm going to try email marketing. Then I'm going to try SEO. And then I'm going to try and build up my own website. Again, I understand if you want to save as much money as possible, but if you have the resources and you start working with a professional agency, I highly encourage you just to take the information that they have. Just like how you're watching this video, I've spoken with hundreds of dispensary owners. I know what makes them tick. I know what questions they have, and it's the reason why I'm making these videos. So when you go in and you find an agency to work with, again, with that healthy balance of skepticism and optimism, you need to also approach it with a learner's mindset. Don't go in thinking you know everything, because on the digital marketing side, all they do is digital marketing, just like all you do is run your dispensary. Maybe you have other things going on, but for the most part, you run your dispensary. So I wouldn't directly tell you what you need to do in the day ins and day outs of your dispensary, same way that you shouldn't tell me what I should do in the day ins and day outs of my digital marketing strategy. With all of that being said, what a marketing agency does is they give you the framework on what the best practices are, or a good marketing agency rather, they give you the framework on what here are the best principles and here are the best practices on what we think that you should do. Take your actionable feedback on what we should do as well, combine it into a hybrid strategy, and then we have a foundational piece on how we want to move forward. Then after that, we take the pieces of data that we learn from implementing our strategies and then tweak appropriately. Because you can brainstorm with me, I can brainstorm with you, and then we can talk until the paint falls off the walls, right? I don't know if that's a saying, but we can talk until the paint falls off the walls. What really matters is your customers. So your customers are really going to provide you the data so that we then go ahead and make the proper marketing decisions. In addition to that, we also live in a digital world. So if you go ahead and just renounce digital marketing as a whole because you ran a business 20 years ago that was using flyers all the time, right? You're going to lose absolutely. Am I saying flyers are bad? No, but what I'm saying is that you need to adapt your marketing strategies just like how you adapt your business if you want to go ahead and defeat all of the competition. So along the lines of digital marketing and the importance of digital marketing, what I would encourage you to do, take a check in the link in the description below. And then what you're going to see is a link to schedule with me. And then we can have a quick one-on-one chat. There's no sales, there's no nothing like that. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to look at your business. We're going to see where I can help if you want my help, but I'm going to provide you some actionable insights based on these different things that we spoke about today. So we can go ahead and propel your business moving forward. But if you want a quick summary of everything we just spoke about, the things that you need to focus on is 1, you need to reduce the time to execution. 2, you need not to be afraid of testing and investing. 3, you need to have a healthy mix of skepticism and optimism. 4, you need to have an obsession with product knowledge. knowledge and customer service. And then 5, you need to make sure that you understand the importance of digital marketing, but with a learner's mindset. So then you and whoever you hire can end up working together so that you can build the best marketing strategy ever for your specific dispensary. Until next time, see you later. Bye.